So I am perfectly comfortable now with Thinkorswim. I have gotten used to the idiosyncrasies of the system. I'm trading now, actually. I mean, I'm not going to say I like it as much as what I had before, but I'm surviving. That's all I can say. And let me add it to the screen. I hope you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? All right. So, this is the S&P 500. Let's go to the charts. This is the S&P 500, okay? This is what it has done. It took a huge dump from 560 to about 510, which is 10% in a matter of 3 weeks. And literally now, it snapped right back up to the old high, and I'm circling this now, and literally it's going sideways, right? I mean, how many days of sideways action is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 10 days now. Now, what will happen here, people? You guys should know that if you read your books and did your technical analysis, what's going to happen? Either we're going to have a rollover like this, when these lows are broken, it's still above its 20, 50, and 200, obviously, but when these lows are broken, there's going to be a rollover, probably another correction, or if we are able to break out, we're going to go to all-time highs. So again, 10 days of sideways, you could have traded your butt off and you would have probably lost money or the churn and burn. So be patient, please. Next one, I'm going to look at the usual triple Qs. Triple Qs is the NASDAQ 100, which NVIDIA is a huge part of. Triple Qs are more volatile than the S&P 500. What did they do? Triple Qs went from about 505, 503, down to 425. I mean, that's massive, right? That's 80%. That's 15% in a matter of 3 weeks, literally. That's 1, 2, 3, 3.5 weeks. This was during the carry trade debacle. I don't think the carry trade debacle is over. I think it's going to continue. I think the second unwind is about to come. But then we snap back violently, and now we're kind of lower to sideways on the NASDAQ 100 as well. Well, again, the same thing. Either we're going to roll over, go under the 20 and the 50, and the MACD is kind of rolling over, but MACD, I mean, there's a big move coming up, people. Okay, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a massive move coming up because the other thing that I watch for that is VIX, the volatility index. Remember VIX, people? They changed the symbol, I guess, on the volatility index. Oh, okay, it's just VIX now. In Schwab, you used to have a dollar sign. Look what happened to the volatility index. You went from 12, and this was when I was saying, watch out, people. Watch the volatility index. It went from 12 to 65, and the volatility got crushed. We're back to 15. When there's low volatility is inversely related to the stock market moves. So now we're at 15.5, still holding above 10, 12, because the average is about 10, 12, or not 10 that low, but about 12-ish. If we have another spike, that means the market has eaten it. Or if we stay here and go lower towards the 12 range, that means market's rallying. And let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, everybody's darling NVIDIA. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so what has NVIDIA done? NVIDIA went from 140 down to 92, literally. I mean, that's 50 points, people. Okay. And then it snapped back to 130. Earnings came out yesterday. They were okay. I mean, they beat, obviously, but market's always looking 6 months ahead. And one bad thing that's happening at the old high, look at the MACD, non-confirming high on MACD right here, okay? And then off to the races to the downside. Great trading opportunity here. When NVIDIA moves, it moves the triple Qs, because NVIDIA, by the way, is 8% of the S&P 500. I think 11% of the triple Qs. So NVIDIA is the king mover, obviously, here. So now MACD is kind of rolling over, and so is NVIDIA. With all the great earnings, why isn't it going up? Well, that means, is the AI boom over? Is that what we're watching here in real life? So NVIDIA is right on the 50-day moving average EMA. It's under its 200, above its 200, obviously, and under the 20. I don't like the chart. I think it's kind of a rolling over, but then I will love the chart if it goes over above 130, 131, and then clear breakout, and it's on its way to 150. FYI, every single analyst on the street after the earnings raised their estimates. Hey, you believe the analysts. But then one analyst you got to go up opposite is Jim Cramer. Another one, let's look at, Apple. Apple, same thing. 240 down to 195, right back to 230. As you guys can see, everything crashed and then snapped back. But then all my technical indicators are not at old highs. That's something I'm very cautious about. Actually, I'm going to go back to this screen. Can you guys see any of this? Because I don't know if you guys can. I hope you can. I'm hoping that you guys can. But then I'll get back and answer some more questions before I finish the live stream. Amazon, same thing. So in the Mag 7, Amazon is not doing well. Again, Amazon goes from 200 to 150. I mean, these are trillion-dollar companies, people. They're trading these things like pork bellies these days. And then snap back to from 150 to 180. Now it's kind of going sideways. Microsoft underperforming, actually. As you guys can see, the strong ones like NVIDIA's, or I'm going to show you Meta, how strong they are. Even within the Mag 7, there is strong ones, outperforming ones, and underperforming ones. Microsoft topped about 470, literally hit like 390. I mean, we're talking 80, 90 points, which is a third of the value of the company. I mean, think about it, okay? And then now bounced to 420, but then it's kind of rolling over again. A lot of the Mag 7 looks like it's rolling over to me. That's why my bias is negative. On the triple Qs. Let's look at Meta, how different that looks, right? Meta is Facebook. See what I mean? It corrected right back up. It's almost going to make new all-time highs, right? So in the Mag 7, Meta is the best looking one for my money, technically anyway. Do I think it's overvalued? Obviously it is. As far as I'm concerned, pretty much everything is. Let's look at, actually, let's look at my watch list, and then I'll go through some ones that I think are valuable. Here's one that I've been talking about. I said on the breakout, watch it. It's Affirm. All right, people, right? Patience, 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 patience. Stock starts moving, goes above its 220-day average, goes above its 50-day average, goes above its 200-day average, which is my key, and then earnings come out. And I'm long Affirm. It's up again today. It was up 30% yesterday. I'm about to sell it, actually, because there's resistance up at about the 50 level, but I'll just take a little bit of a cut here, reduce exposure, because my bias on the overall market is negative. So Affirm is one that you need to watch. What else? Alibaba, one of my favorites. I clicked on something. Oh, it gives me the trading tool. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. That's Alibaba. I've been talking about Alibaba in the mid 70s. A little volatile, but stock is about 83. So long-term hold. So here are the ones that I was talking to you guys about. This is Bitcoin double ETF. Okay. So this moves twice as much as Bitcoin moves. This is the leverage ETF of Bitcoin. Here's one of my favorites, Kava. Look at that, right? I mean, beautiful chart. I ate there first time in the 30s, $30 right about here. And earnings came out, like absolutely pumped it to like 127. I mean, trend is your friend. So market could do whatever the heck it wants. If you're in a stock like Kava or NVIDIA, what do you care? Market can do whatever. Markets, you don't own the market. You own individual issues, and hopefully they're good. And then here's the opposite of, here, I'm showing you this. I hate this company. I mean, the chart anyway, not the company. Look at this one. So see, same market, same S&P 500, same ETF. This is Celsius, okay? Stock is at 100, comes back down to 70, goes back, retests 100, and then it breaks down. Okay? Now, we're at 39, people. That's 60 points, right? Remember the numbers. So you're down 60%. You have to go up 180% to break even. See what I'm saying? Same market, same time frame. One stock is up 100% or up 60, 70 points like Kava is, which is right here. See, same market. If you own Kava, great. If you own Celsius or right here, if you own this one, where are you at? World of pain, right? So be careful with what you're buying. So pay attention to technicals. Another good one. There you go. What is this? Same market, Carvana. I've been talking about Carvana since I started the channel. Okay, uptrend, pullbacks to 50-day are being held, which is the blue line that I'm highlighting. Keep it simple, stupid. This is not that difficult of a game. People asked me yesterday about GameStop. Actually, I'm long October $30 calls. I bought them at $1. They're like a lottery ticket. So if you guys are going to do anything with GameStop, I mean, look, there's not much volume, but I like to turn in MACD or MACD right here. This was the low. There is your MACD. This is a bullish divergence look, okay? If the volume kicks in, I'll make some money. I think I'm up there about 120, 125. So stock was up 10% yesterday. It's up another 8% today. It's at 23. Is it going to be the meme stock that it was? I'm like, no. Goldman Sachs. There's Goldman Sachs. Uptrend is uptrend, man. I don't know. There's Russell 2000, which I think, see, there you go. When they start cutting rates, I think Russell 2000 will do better than the S&P 500. So this is Michael Saylor's micro strategy. Here you go, people. If you have the stomach for it, see what happened to when Bitcoin went from, it was right here, 20,000 to 70,000. Micro strategy goes from, this is a split price, by the way, 35 to 200. And then goes from 200 down to 100. That's 50%, people losing 50% of this value. And then it goes back to 180, and then back to 120, back to 180. In the mini crash, we had back to 100. Now we're at like 130. But as you guys can see, it's kind of mirroring the price of Bitcoin, okay? And this is IBIT, which is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. It almost looks the same, identical, right? Except it's turbocharged. And now they have this thing I talked about called MSTX, which is 1.75 times MicroStrategy's price. So if MicroStrategy goes down 5%, this is going to go down 8%, right? And then when MicroStrategy goes up, same thing. So this has a high. It just came out, by the way, and money is pouring into this thing too. All the gamblers are into this. It went from 19 to 25. This is days, by the way. This is each single day. Another, I looked at NVIDIA. Palantir is everybody's favorite these days. Again, decent uptrend. You got to find uptrends, people. Don't worry about anything else. Roku, I started watching, is doing okay. It's kind of curling up, though. It's about right above the 200-day moving average. It's on my watch list. I think you guys can definitely take a look at it. Shopify is another one. Again, you're trying to find outperforming stocks. Again, Sleep Number is definitely on my list. Actually, I'm long Sleep Number, about 13.5 range when it broke out. Now it's actually going above the 200-day. I'll probably add to my position. The symbol is SNBR, Sam, Nancy, Boy, Robert. And I love these types of sideways setups that are about to break out. And Sleep Number, by the way, so let me put up the 3-year chart. Sleep Number, look where Sleep Number was. It was a $110 number, and then it came all the way down to 10, went sideways literally for a year now, and now we're curling up, just about to break out. So I love these types of charts. These are my best setups, long-term, short-term. This is 1 year, 1 day. And let me show you disaster, right? Super microcomputers, right? Same thing. When NVIDIA was going up, they pumped this thing. These people supposedly do the AI servers. Stock goes from 300. They're about to split, by the way. Stock goes from 300 to 1,200, and now we're back to the round tripper down to 435. Horrible looking chart. I wouldn't buy it with your money. Here's Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla for a while. Yeah, Tesla kind of going sideways, biding its time. I do. If you guys watch me enough, I said I traded Tesla beautifully right here between 185 and 280, 270. On the crash, it got back down to 180, bounced to 220. It's kind of going sideways, nothing to do. Some of you may be interested in Uber. Let's see what Uber is looking like. Yeah, 55 to 75 almost, and now kind of going sideways. Looks like a rollover to me. I wouldn't buy Uber. A couple more on my watch list. Upstart, obviously, was one of my favorites. I gave this to you guys. Hopefully you listened. On the day of the earnings that came out, right about 30, 32, I bought the stock. I traded the options. Stock is 45 in a matter of 2 weeks. Where are you going to make 20%? More, 30%. Another one I'm watching now is Zillow with lower interest rates. They may do well, and it's already in the picture. On pullbacks, I'm a buyer of Zillow above 200, above 50, above 20. I'm a buyer of Zillow about 50 to 52. It hit as high as 58, so keep an eye on it. Again, Zillow going back. You guys got to look at the long-term charts as well once in a while. Let's look at the 3-year chart on Zillow. See where Zillow was? Zillow was about 104, came all the way down to the 40s, going kind of sideways, kind of curling up, resistance at 60. But, there's room. Even when the market goes down, you can always find stocks that are outperforming. Next week, actually, I will show you guys what I use to find these outperforming stocks. It's about $30 a month and well worth the money. I have two. I have stockcharts.com and IBD, Investor Business Daily. Investor Business Daily is expensive. It's about $130 or $149 a month, but I use it because I trade a lot and I need these outperforming stocks, so I don't have to do my own research. Really, it just spits it out for me. Stockcharts.com is like a poor man's version of IBD, but still very, very valuable tool, and I think you can get it for $30.